Today in celebrity news, we have some wild reports that Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik have broken up, and it has something to do with an alleged fight with Gigi's mother, Yolanda. The former One Direction singer is denying any wrongdoing, but Yolanda says otherwise. Multiple sources are now confirming that supermodel Gigi Hadid and singer Zayn Malik have broken up. A close family friend of the Hadids told People magazine, "They are not together right now. They are both good parents though. They co-parent. Yolanda is of course very protective of Gigi. She wants the best for her daughter and grandchild." Now that being said, Yolanda Hadid has also claimed that Zayn struck her last week, and because of this she is considering filing a police report. There is little information out right now though, so we cannot really say what exactly started this alleged attack, but Yolanda is apparently standing by what she said. In a statement shared to Twitter, Zayn said, "As you all know, I am a private person and I very much want to create a safe and private space for my daughter to grow up in. A place where private family matters aren't thrown on the world stage for all to poke and pick apart. In an effort to protect that space for her, I agreed to not contest claims arising from an argument I had with a family member of my partner's who entered our home while my partner was away several weeks ago. This was and still should be a private matter, but it seems for now there is divisiveness, and despite my efforts to restore us to a peaceful family environment that will allow for me to co-parent my daughter in a manner in which she deserves, this has been leaked to the press. I am hopeful though for healing for all involved with the harsh words shared, and more importantly, I remain vigilant to protect Kai and give her the privacy she deserves." It was this statement though that made a lot of people assume that he was referencing Yolanda, but in response to the allegations that he struck her, Zayn told TMZ, "I adamantly deny striking Yolanda Hadid, and for the sake of my daughter, I decline to give any further details, and I hope that Yolanda will reconsider her false allegations and move towards healing these family issues in private." And according to a follow-up report, it's been alleged that Gigi and Zayn have actually not been together for quite some time now. Sources close to the situation say that the celebrity couple split up more than a month ago. However, all of this backlash on Zayn allegedly striking Yolanda is definitely not the only reason that these two broke up. Apparently, someone from the Hadid family had also leaked photos of Zayn and Gigi's baby to the press, and this upset him. Prior to this, and as far as we know, Yolanda and Zayn had no issues, but I'm guessing this leaked photo really upset him enough for there to be conflict in the family. Especially his points about privacy really tell me that he was trying to keep these family matters hidden from the public, which is definitely the best way to resolve things, and instead the Hadids leaked everything to the press. Allegedly, I should say. I don't want to make any accusations until we have all of the facts, but one thing is for sure, these two have been broken up for a while now. Hopefully they can put their differences aside and manage to raise their daughter without her hearing any of these rumors about her parents. The source that was close to Yolanda did say that she was considering filing a police report, but as of right now there have been nothing officially put on record regarding this incident. Zayn Malik has just pleaded no contest to crimes brought forth by Gigi Hadid's mother, Yolanda Hadid. Although with this new court filing, more disturbing details have come out about what Yolanda is alleging Zayn did. Zayn recently said that he wanted to keep his disputes with the Hadid family a private matter, but despite his wishes, they have turned this into a very public matter. Zayn has now been charged with crimes against both Gigi and Yolanda. He was charged with 4 criminal offenses relating to harassment, and one court document said that he pled guilty to one of the crimes, but court officials later said that he actually pled no contest. Now, while this is not technically a guilty plea, it does have the same immediate effect as one, and it's usually followed by some sort of plea bargain. According to the documents, while Zayn was at their shared home in Pennsylvania on September 29th, he got into a very heated argument with Yolanda where he called her a plethora of horrible names and then demanded that she stay away from his daughter. Then again, according to the report, he allegedly shoved her into a dresser, causing mental anguish and physical pain. At the time of the incident, Gigi happened to be in Paris, and in relation to how he harassed Gigi, the court docs say that he called her up following the incident and screamed at her on the phone to defend him against her mother. The docs also go on to say that he then had a very bad interaction with a security guard that was with Yolanda when she arrived at Zayn and Gigi's home. He apparently screamed at the guard to get out of his house and then tried to fight him. Right now, because of his no contest plea, he will be on 90 days probation for each count, which would total 360 days. On top of that, he now has to attend anger management classes and a DV program. Plus, he is barred from contacting Yolanda or the security guard. Zayn's sister also came to his defense and supported his denial of the shoving allegations, as well as posting this quote about karma that says, "Karma comes after everyone eventually. You can't get away with screwing people over your whole life. I don't care who you are. What goes around comes around. That's how it works. Sooner or later, the universe will serve you the revenge that you deserve." Now, although she isn't explicitly calling the Hadids out, it's easy to see who this is meant for. He has still yet to make any comments though on the name-calling portion of this allegation, but if he does, we will be sure to let you know. Following Zayn Malik pleading no contest in a case against his former partner Gigi Hadid and her mother Yolanda, the singer has now been dropped from his record label. Things are not looking good for the former One Direction star, and the drama keeps getting worse. According to a new report, Zayn has just been dropped from his record label RCA following drama in his personal life. life. The star pleaded no contest to 4 criminal offenses after he was accused by Yolanda of striking her, a claim he is still adamantly denying. Regardless, he was sentenced to probation and anger management classes for harassing Gigi's mother, Yolanda. A source close to the situation also told The Sun magazine that he has been increasingly smoking extremely strong cannabis, with a senior music source adding, "A lot of people have tried desperately to get Zayn's life and career back on track, but nothing has worked. So many people who have worked with him have just given up. He's almost impossible to control or guide. A while ago, his label quietly decided it was the end of the line for their relationship, and now this." Court documents also said that during that poor interaction that he had with Yolanda, Zayn reportedly told her to stay away from his daughter. He then allegedly pushed Yolanda into a dresser, causing mental anguish and physical pain. At the time, Gigi was working in Paris, but is believed to have overheard much of this interaction on the phone. Zayn, I guess, called her when Yolanda showed up at their home with a security guard. He then allegedly screamed at her on the phone to defend him against her mother. In a statement, Zayn spoke about the situation and said, "I had agreed not to contest claims arising from an argument I had with a family member of my partner's. Despite my efforts to restore us to a peaceful family environment that will allow for me to co-parent my daughter in a manner she deserves, this has been leaked to the press. I am hopeful, though, for healing for all involved with the harsh words shared, and more importantly, I remain vigilant to protect Kai and give her the privacy she deserves." Friends of Zayn are also becoming concerned after he was dropped by his record label RCA. They said that his regular use of cannabis has been something that record label bosses are having a problem with lately. A source told the press that he has reached the end of the line with his record label the same way that he has with so many others, including managers, agents, and label executives, adding, "Loads of people believed he had potential. He's a talent with good looks and lots of fans, but he's just too much. Unfortunately, everyone who has tried to rein him in over the years has found it too much. He's so determined in his behavior, some fear he won't be satisfied until his career prospects are totally finished." The source also suspected that the reason for Yolanda and Zayn to be arguing so much could be the fact that she is under suspicion of leaking the news about Gigi's pregnancy. Zayn and Gigi were leading a pretty quiet life on a ranch, but Yolanda lives in the next ranch over. Zayn apparently is content with living a quiet life working on music, but Gigi was wanting to go back to work, which meant parties and more red carpets, something that Zayn was trying to avoid. A friend of Yolanda's also refuted the claims that she had leaked news over her daughter's baby and told the press, "The suggestion she might have leaked details about her daughter's pregnancy is laughable given what she saw behind the scenes. Far from someone at odds with Zayn, she has spent many years being supportive of him and Gigi and welcomed him into their family. She deserves a lot of credit." Although I believe the friction that these two have is probably due to the fact that Yolanda had a very different future in mind for her daughter. She apparently suggested that the pair do a reality TV show, and Zayn, I guess, was horrified by the suggestion. Zayn just prefers to be low-key, but Yolanda saw his reluctance as something that was holding Gigi's career back in show business, which just goes to show that their relationship probably had a lot more to do with advancing careers than love.
Gigi and Zayn have been a Hollywood power couple since they started dating in 2015. Some have even claimed they are the modern-day Brangelina, but it's well known there's been a lot of bumps in the road for the couple that has led to their relationship being on and off again. As of now, the pair are separated following Zayn's altercation with Gigi's mother, Yolanda, and today I wanted to get into the history of their tumultuous relationship. Before Gigi and Zayn got together, Zayn was engaged to Little Mix star Perry Edwards. Gigi was also in another relationship, and she was dating Joe Jonas at the time, but coincidentally, both Gigi and Zayn decided to end their relationships with their partners in mid-November. Then only 3 months later, Gigi and Zayn were officially an item. After Zayn broke up with Perry, a source said, quote, "He just wanted to move on and start over in all ways." Joe Jonas also broke his silence on the new couple, saying, quote, "I think it's interesting that she moved on so quickly. I mean, it was definitely very quick." So even Joe thought something fishy was going on at the time, and a lot of people thought there was overlap between the relationships. Then later in 2016, reports surfaced that Zayn had cheated on Gigi. I guess the old saying, "how you get 'em is how you lose 'em," applies here. It was exposed when a video of the singer with a mystery woman resurfaced. The woman then came forward and said that the video was released without her permission. Then DMs were leaked between her and Zayn, proving that they had a relationship. In the messages, Zayn called the woman gorgeous, along with having other conversation. But this didn't hurt Zayn's reputation, and fans just figured it was all made up for clout. But then it was exposed later that Zayn did actually cheat on Gigi in the past, once when the couple was on a break. It's the old Ross and Rachel conundrum. Is it cheating if you were on a break? Let me know below. I personally think yes. This happened in March of 2018. Apparently Zayn hooked up with a 41-year-old masseuse while he was on and off again with Gigi. The woman later said about the hookup, quote, "He made me feel special, but after a while I realized he was just using me." After this scandal, Gigi and Zayn got back together once again. The couple stayed together and welcomed their daughter Kai in 2020. But following the altercation Zayn had with Yolanda Hadid, the couple have split once again. A source exclusively told Us Weekly that, quote, "It's much better that they are separated." According to the insider, Gigi and Zayn had a very destructive relationship when they were together romantically. The source added that the couple split up again in 2019, but got back together in January of 2020, and Gigi got pregnant 3 months later. After giving birth to Kai in September of 2020, things were going really well for the couple, and they were appreciating every moment of parenthood. Apparently, Zayn had trouble working out the family dynamic at first, but got really comfortable with Gigi's family sometime after. The source even said at that time Zayn was taking mom's side in arguments and growing a good bond with the family. But then, only a few months after that glowing description in that article, Zayn was charged with 4 criminal offenses of after an alleged altercation with Gigi's mother, Yolanda. According to this lawsuit, Zayn, quote, "shoved Yolanda into a dresser, causing mental anguish and physical pain after calling Yolanda a, quote, effing Dutch s***." At the time of the altercation, Gigi was not home, but she came back immediately from Paris Fashion Week. Zayn pled no contest to the charges, but later said in a statement that he adamantly denied Yolanda's claims. As of now, Zayn has been fined for the incident and is on probation for 360 days. He will have to complete anger management classes, a domestic violence program, and he can't have any contact with Yolanda or a security guard who was on the premises. Zayn also released a long statement on Twitter where he said he wanted to keep legal matters private for the sake of his child, even insinuating that Yolanda leaked the story to the press. As of now, the couple has split up and is speaking with lawyers about the custody of their daughter Kai. Sources have made it clear that Gigi still wants Zayn in the child's life.
This Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid breakup just keeps getting worse, and now Gigi is demanding sole custody of her and Zayn's daughter Kai. This altercation with Yolanda and Zayn is having huge consequences, and now it looks like Zayn is being pushed out of the family. According to In Touch Weekly, ever since that altercation with Yolanda, Gigi has been now refusing to take any more risks leaving her child alone with Zayn. A source told the news outlet that being a single mom doesn't faze Gigi, and that she believes that it's better for her to raise Kai alone instead of being trapped in a toxic relationship. As for Zayn, that same source claimed that he was going to be buying the best attorneys that he can afford to fight for his daughter. And with that initial statement that he released, you can just tell that he's not going to be walking away from Kai without a fight. Apparently, the celebrity couple had already silently called it quits, but announced publicly on October 28th. They were having problems for a while and trying to figure it out, but it just wasn't working. However, the news of this altercation with Yolanda was really the breaking point for them to announce this publicly. This incident actually took place on September 29th at the family's Pennsylvania farm, but then it wasn't leaked to the press until much later. But the information that Zayn and Gigi had been having problems before this explains why there was so much tension during this interaction. According to documents obtained by In Touch, they alleged that Zayn told Yolanda to stay away from his daughter and then shouted several profanities at her. Yolanda also alleged that Malik shoved her into a dresser, which caused her mental anguish and physical pain. Zayn was also quick to come out and deny the accusations. He gave a statement to TMZ that said, "I adamantly deny striking Yolanda Hadid, and for the sake of my daughter, I decline to give any further details, and I hope that Yolanda will reconsider her false allegations and move towards healing these family issues in private." He then went on to plead no contest to 4 counts of harassment and was ordered to do 90 days probation per count, which meant a total of 360 days. Plus, on top of that, he must take anger management classes and complete a domestic violence program. The pair had dated on and off for about 6 years, but announced the arrival of their first child together in September of 2020. Following the split, Yolanda had also commented publicly that Gigi's sister Bella was going to be stepping in to help out and babysit Kai while they sort all of this out. This insider also noted that things are about to turn really nasty here between Zayn and the Hadids. They go on to say, "Zayn's hoping that he and Gigi will come to some form of agreement without a legal battle, but if push comes to shove, he'll bring down the Hadids in front of a judge. Things are definitely turning nasty." Now, at the same time that this source is alleging all of this, another source told Hollywood Life on November 4th that Gigi likely won't seek full custody because she would never want to strip Zayn of his rights as a father. They go on to say, "Gigi has an incredibly close bond with her own father and could never imagine taking that away from the daughter that they share together." And the source continues by saying, "Gigi has every intention in maintaining an amicable relationship for the sake of their baby and for co-parenting in a healthy, safe environment." On top of that, a spokesperson for Zayn told TMZ that he had been at home working on his music and that he and Gigi were going to begin the process of working with a mediator to determine new co-parenting arrangements since they were no longer together. Hopefully, though, more information will come out to determine what really happened with this Yolanda incident, because it would be a shame for Kai to grow up without seeing her father.